Are you constantly finding yourself in a situation like this? Struggling with your project or even not knowing where to begin? With no motivation, no guidance, no confidence, and in the end, no hope. Trying your best to push past, but ultimately remembering your responsibilities, your job, your family, but balancing that on one side with your future, your ambitions, and your goals on the other side. Being completely sick of the upward struggle and feeling like, is it really worth it? Do I really have to push past all this difficulty to get somewhere in life? Is there no way I can just find a shortcut or an easy way through this? Finding yourself giving up constantly because every problem is more difficult than the one that came before it. Wondering and reflecting, is it all really worth it? Hello, bro. Sheran, how are you? I'm so stuck with this project, man. What the hell do I do? I don't know what to do. Like, they give me all sorts of ideas I've never heard of in my life, and bro, like, how do people do this? Alright, bro. Thanks. Thank you. Bye. So, guys, if that was you, then you've come to the right place. So, I want to share with you guys a journey that I went through in 2021 that might help you guys. So, I was doing the first year of my master's degree, my master's by research in computer science, and I had a very good idea, which I still feel is a very good idea. I wanted to connect students and professionals. So, in your local area, if there's a professional and a student, most likely they need one another. The student needs some guidance, and the professional may need someone to do small work for them, like an intern or like an apprentice. So my idea was going to be to link both of these guys up. How? Well, let's get on to that. So it was February, and I said to my supervisor, this is what I want to build, and he said, great project, let's go ahead with it. In March I ended up going to Pakistan, and while I was in Pakistan, the UK decided to put Pakistan on the red list because of coronavirus, and coronavirus happened. While that happened, I was unable to return to the UK for a good amount of time. In June, I tried to return back to the UK, and well, my flight got cancelled. I went to Islamabad International Airport, and they said we couldn't send you on the flight, and I had to come back. So I thought, okay, now what do I do? I've got a few months left till my project is due. It's a master's project, so it's not going to be easy. I have to figure out a way to do this. So what I did was, I came back in July the 5th. I came back, and okay, now I had just a month and a bit to finish my project. So now what do I do? I've only got a month and a bit, and it's not really a massive success rate to start a project and finish it within a month and a half and get a good result. So what I did was, I went back to my usual way of doing things. So what I did was, I mapped out first what exactly is it that I'm trying to build. So I needed an application that has a news feed. I need an application that has a chat part within it. I need an application that has the forums. The forums are designed for students and professionals to connect and talk to one another, and to be able to, I don't know, if there's a discussion in the field of NHS about COVID, all the healthcare professionals inside the app all the healthcare professionals that have signed up to the app should be on there. Another part of the app that was actually very important, which was basically a flow of LinkedIn that I was trying to basically work on, was LinkedIn. Whoever wants to can go onto LinkedIn and just be whoever they want to be. I could go on and say I'm a solicitor, and there's no checks to validate that, or there's no checks to basically account that. So what I wanted to do was, in my application, you would actually have to upload a certificate, and then my server would get the certificate, get the first name in it, and then check that against the first name of the person that has actually made an account. So it checks and then makes sure that you are who you say you are, and then lets you go into the application. Otherwise, you won't be able to. So now the idea is that how did I do it? So I was in quarantine, so I was in the hotel. So what I did was, I drew out on my entire map. Firstly, I didn't let the pressure get to me. A lot of students have this issue, which I want to touch on right now. You need to be confident that you're bigger than the project, that you will be able to do it, that you can do it. This can-do attitude is very, very important, and the can-do attitude is developed by putting yourself through hard tasks to build your self-respect. You need to respect yourself enough to know that I can do it. I'm able to do it. Why? Because I know that I've been able to do stuff like this before. Do small tasks. Do little small tasks. Rather than taking a car to the shop, walk to the shop. Put yourself through tasks that you consider to be tough, and then they will help you, because you will respect yourself enough to think that, you know what, I can do this. The plethora that I see in the UK of everyone is that I can't do this, I don't have the confidence to do it, I don't have it within me. 200 years ago, people didn't walk around saying that I can't do it, I can't do this, I can't do that. They thought, you know what, I got no choice. I have to do it. I have to do it, otherwise I just fall behind. So guys, have this can-do attitude. It's a very important attitude. So I thought, you know what, I'm confident enough, I'll be able to do it. So what I did was I built my requirements, so what I need. Then I thought, you know what, I've never actually built an application like this before in my life. I don't want to hire anyone to make it, because then that will ruin my sort of the image I have of myself, that I'm able to do difficult things. So what I then did was I designed it all out just to make my life easier, because obviously the less steps it takes to complete something, the better. So that's what I did. And then what I did was I decided, okay, if I'm trying to build 4 or 5 different functions within the application, why don't I build 4 or 5 different applications to master those particular parts? So I built one application that had a newsfeed in it, a newsfeed, comment, like section, all of that. I then built one application that has a forum inside it. I built one application that allows me to do the server and obtain a certification and check that against the first name, and then give it to the user. Then I built a 4th application that basically does my profile and my details and all that part. After I built all 4 of these applications, I then joined them all together. And guess what? I had a week to spare. It was very difficult, no doubt. I had to spend a lot of time doing it. But guess what? I thought, you know what? I'm not really doing anything else right now, and let's get it done. So after doing all of it, another thing, guys, you build experience in this situation. So that situation helped me a lot, because whenever I go to a job interview and they ask me what's the most difficult thing you've done in your university life or something, I can always talk about this, where I had little to no time available, I had little to no resources. I was in a very unforeseeable situation. I didn't know my flight was going to get cancelled. I didn't know I was going to get stuck in Pakistan, and I didn't know that I was going to, I didn't know that I was going to have to quarantine. I thought, yeah, the UK situation might clear up by the time I come back. So these are all unforeseeable circumstances. A lot of money was spent, but I thought, you know what, I need to get this sorted, otherwise I'm going to remember this as a bad time. So the whole month of August I worked on it, through my birthday, everything I worked on it. And when I finished the application, I had a week left. Now the week left is important, you know why? You can test it, you can check flaws, you can check everything. While I was doing it, I was taking screen recordings, showing my friends. I was like, is this easy to use? Is this okay to use? Can you use this? And I'm telling you guys, any difficulty you have in life, use it to your advantage. I had the difficulty of not having a lot of time available, so I thought, you know what, let's take this on as a challenge, let's get it done. The fact that I got it done, I respected myself even more. What I want you guys to take from this is that, firstly, develop a can-do attitude by completing small tasks that you consider difficult to build your self-respect. Secondly, do not ever think that anything is bigger than you. You are a human being. You're given a mind. Use your mind to your advantage, not your disadvantage. Thirdly, if you guys need help in projects, I do have courses available for you to do that, but I think you guys should plan first. There's a quote that I'm going to put up in this video. It says that, not planning is planning to fail, or something like that. Not planning is planning to fail. You guys have to plan. Planning is the most important part. I would not have been able to execute any of that without planning appropriately. I planned everything I did there. The design was planned. I designed the entire flow of the design, so I knew which pages were going to go where. I knew how it was going to work. I knew how the application is going to work all together. All the 4 or 5 applications that I built separately, I went deep into every one of them, so they all connect in the end eventually. And guys, I hope you liked my story. If you guys thought the story was of any help to you guys, please comment helpful, so that I know to make more videos like this. Please like, share, and please subscribe. And guys, check out my other videos. They're also built for you students, to help you guys in the journey of university that you guys are in.